Well, like a lot of other places in the country, we're suffering floods at the moment. Most of the fields I just can't get on at all. So I'm having to make do with just sitting on the tracks. Hopefully I'm here today to try and shoot a few squirrels. But I always enjoy looking at the wildlife anyway, so time on the farm's never wasted. And this is my setup overlooking my feeder. It's about 32 yards away, and I normally shoot with this plank across from the front seat to the dashboard, resting on a sandbag, and that gives me almost bench rest accuracy. A very, very comfortable shooting position, and I never have to rush a shot. I'm not expecting a lot of action for about an hour, hour and a half. So I'm just watching the wildlife at the moment. I usually hang one of these nut feeders up for the wild birds, and the activity of the birds tends to attract the squirrels. Well, this is one of a pair of great spotted woodpeckers I've got using the feeders. This is a female. As you can see, she's got a black and white head. You'll see the male in a moment, and he's got a red patch just at the back of the head. The female doesn't have that. It's quite funny, but I don't get these in any of the other woods, but I do get nuthatches in all the others, and I don't get them in this woods. It's quite funny, really. I always enjoy watching the antics of the small songbirds. This is a blue tit. This is a pair of great tits. They're not quite Jordans, but they're great tits anyway. This is a male great spotted woodpecker sitting in a tree waiting for his turn to use the feeder again. Sitting there quite patiently. Well, now we've got a robin and a female chaffinch. These are feeding at the base of the tree, picking up scraps that the other birds have dropped off the feeders. And now we've got a beautiful cock chaffinch. He's got a lovely song. You can hear these all the time in the woods. Really remind me of summer. Well, after about an hour, this squirrel turned up. As it happened, he was the only one of the day. And he ran up the tree and down onto the box and gave me a shot. And I thought I'd wounded it, and he got away. But I couldn't find him, so I played it back later in slow motion, and I was quite surprised what actually happened. He runs down onto the box and sits there scratching, and as the pellet approaches, it's about 6 inches away, and he actually turns his head out of the way. I'll show you that in a series of still shots, and you can see exactly what happens. Well, this is a pellet about 6 or 8 inches away from him. Now the pellet's just under his chin, you can just about see the white back of it. The pellet stuck in the box, and the squirrel's head's well out of the way. It must have missed him by millimetres. That's a pellet sticking in the box. That's got to be one of the luckiest squirrels alive.